CDL Practice Test, Illinois, General Knowledge, Part 7. Question number 152. Which of these is not a proper use of vehicle lights? A. Flashing your brake lights to warn someone behind you that you are slowing down. B. Turning on your headlights during times when visibility is reduced. C. Flashing your brake lights to stop someone from tailgating. The correct answer is here, C. Flashing your brake lights to stop someone from tailgating. Explanation. Use your headlights during times of lower visibility. Use your brake lights only to warn other drivers that you are preparing to slow down or stop, or there is a hazard ahead for which you'll have to slow down. If you're being tailgated, avoid such tricks as flashing your brake lights. Handle tailgaters in a different way. Keep right and increase your following distance. Question number 153. You must drive on a slippery road. Which of these is a good thing to do in such a situation? A. Apply the brakes during turns. B. Use a smaller following distance. C. Slow down gradually. The correct answer is here, C. Slow down gradually. Explanation. Braking on a slippery surface can lock the wheels and cause a skid. Brake gently and slow down very gradually. Question number 154. Your truck is in a traffic emergency and may collide with another vehicle if you do not take action. Which of these is a good rule to remember at such a time? A. To miss an obstacle, you can almost always turn more quickly than you can stop. B. Leaving the road is more risky than hitting another vehicle. C. Stopping is always the safest action in a traffic emergency. The correct answer is here, A. To miss an obstacle, you can almost always turn more quickly than you can stop. Explanation. CMVs can have long stopping distances. To avoid a collision or crash, it usually takes less time for you to steer around a hazard than to brake to a stop before reaching it. Question number 155. What is the definition of sleep debt? A. The amount of sleep you get each day. B. The money you owe hotels after resting there. C. The cumulative effect of not getting enough sleep. The correct answer is here, C. The cumulative effect of not getting enough sleep. Explanation. Sleep debt is a dangerous condition in which missing sleep adds up until you risk falling asleep at the wheel unless you get some rest. People are often surprised that getting less than 6 hours of sleep per night triples the risk of an accident. At least 15% of heavy truck crashes are believed to involve driver fatigue. Before a trip, you should get adequate sleep. Adults need 8 to 9 hours to maintain alertness. Question number 156. When driving at night, use your low beams when an oncoming vehicle is within A. 300 feet, B. 400 feet, C. 500 feet. The correct answer is here, C. 500 feet. Explanation. To prevent blinding other drivers at night, dim your headlights to low beams whenever you are within 500 feet of an oncoming vehicle or within 500 feet of a vehicle you are following. Question number 157. What is the greatest amount of play that should be in your steering wheel? A. 1 inch/10 degrees. B. 5 inches/5 degrees. C. None. D. 2 inches/10 degrees. The correct answer here, D. 2 inches/10 degrees. Explanation. There should be no more than 2 inches of play in your steering wheel to avoid problems. Question number 158. Trucks and buses are subject to certain laws, restrictions, and regulations. Which of these statements is true? A. County and city laws do not apply to trucks and buses engaged in interstate commerce. B. Federal regulations apply only to trucks and buses driven at least 50 miles on a trip. C. Laws and restrictions can vary from place to place. The correct answer here, C. Laws and restrictions can vary from place to place. Explanation. You must always follow federal, state, and local regulations for your location. These regulations cover such aspects of commercial driving as vehicle weight, cargo, and allowed routes. The regulations can vary from one jurisdiction to another, so know which jurisdictions you'll be driving through. Question number 159. The tire load means A. The maximum safe weight a tire can carry at a specified pressure. B. The specified pressure a tire can carry. C. Neither of the above. The correct answer here, A. The maximum safe weight a tire can carry at a specified pressure. Explanation. The tire load rating is the maximum weight that a tire can safely carry at a specified tire pressure. This figure is stated on the side of the tire. Question number 160. On which fires can you use the ABC fire extinguisher? A. Electrical fires. B. Burning tires or cloth. C. Both of the above. The correct answer here, C. Both of the above. Explanation. Be sure to use the right fire extinguisher to put out a fire. A class of fire involves ordinary combustibles such as wood, paper, cloth, or rubber. A Class B fire involves flammable liquids such as gasoline, grease, or oil. A Class C fire involves electrical equipment. A Class D fire involves combustible metals such as magnesium or potassium. An A, B, C extinguisher can put out Class A, Class B, and Class C fires. Question number 161. You are checking your steering and exhaust systems for a pre-trip inspection. Which of these statements is true? A. Leaks in the exhaust system are not a problem if they are outside the cab. B. Some leakage of power steering fluid is normal. C. Steering wheel play of more than 10 degrees can make it hard to steer. The correct answer here, C. Steering wheel play of more than 10 degrees can make it hard to steer. Explanation. Steering wheel play of more than 10 degrees, approximately 2 inches movement at the rim of a 20-inch steering wheel, can make it hard to steer. Question number 162. You should use a helper to help back your vehicle. A. When you need to back on a curved path. B. When you have a trailer. C. When possible. The correct answer here, C. When possible. Explanation. Large vehicles can have large blind spots. Whenever you back a CMV, have a helper stand near the rear of your vehicle and observe areas that you cannot. He or she can signal you to stop before an accident can occur. Question number 163. Before descending a hill, you must be in the right gear because A. It's illegal to change gears on a hill. B. It will help you speed up when you get to the bottom. C. You won't be able to downshift after you start descending. D. It will help extend the life of the transmission. The correct answer is here. C. You won't be able to downshift after you start descending. Explanation. Engine braking is essential when descending a hill, which means you have to be in a low gear before starting downhill. Once the wheels start to speed up, it may be difficult or impossible to shift gears. Question number 164. Which of these statements about cargo loading is true? A. The legal maximum weight allowed by a state can be considered safe for all driving conditions. B. State laws dictate legal weight limits. C. If the shipper loads the cargo, the driver is not responsible for overloading. The correct answer is here. B. State laws dictate legal weight limits. Explanation. You are always responsible for making sure your vehicle and its cargo meet all legal weight limits imposed by states. States impose limits on both vehicle weights and axle weights. Question number 165. Which of these is a good driving rule for work zones? A. Use your four-way flashers or brake lights to warn drivers behind you. B. Slow down. C. Both of these answers are correct. The correct answer is here. C. Both of these answers are correct. Explanation. In a work zone, drive slowly and carefully. Use your brake lights and four-way flashers to warn drivers behind you. Question number 166. When inspecting mirrors and windshields for cracks, dirt, illegal stickers, and other obstructions to your vision, you should A. Look in the mirror to see if you look good. B. Clean and adjust as necessary. C. Not worry about any of it. The correct answer is here. B. Clean and adjust as necessary. Explanation. Before driving, make sure your field of view is clear. Check that your windshield and mirrors are clean, free of obstructions, and free of cracks. Also adjust your mirrors for an optimum view. Question number 167. In your pre-trip inspection, you are checking your steering and exhaust systems. Which of these problems should be fixed before the vehicle is driven? A. Oil on the tie rod. B. White smoke from the exhaust pipe before the vehicle warms up. C. Steering play in excess of 10 degrees. The correct answer is here. C. Steering play in excess of 10 degrees. Explanation. If there is more than 10 degrees of play in your steering wheel, your vehicle will be harder to steer. Have the problem corrected before you drive the vehicle. In cold weather, white exhaust smoke that soon disappears may just be water vapor from condensation. However, if white smoke persists long after the vehicle has warmed up, have the condition checked. Question number 168. What should you do if your vehicle hydroplanes? A. Accelerate slightly. B. Countersteer hard. C. Release the accelerator. The correct answer is here. C. Release the accelerator. Explanation. Hydroplaning is more likely at higher speeds. If your vehicle starts to hydroplane, avoid braking. Instead, release the accelerator and push in the clutch to let your vehicle slow down. Question number 169. How does the height of the vehicle's center of gravity affect safe handling? A. Trucks with a high center of gravity can roll over at the posted speed limit for a curve. B. Trucks with a high center of gravity can stop faster. C. Trucks with a high center of gravity can get stuck on railroad tracks. The correct answer is here. A. Trucks with a high center of gravity can roll over at the posted speed limit for a curve. Explanation. Trucks with a high center of gravity are much more likely to roll over on a curve, even if they are not exceeding the posted or recommended speed limit. When driving such a vehicle on a curve, slow down well below the posted speed limit. Question number 170. What is the difference between a vehicle emergency and a traffic emergency? A. Traffic emergencies occur when critical components of a car fail. Vehicle emergencies are where two vehicles are about to collide. B. There is no difference. C. The term traffic emergencies is only applicable to cars, whereas vehicle emergencies can happen to any form of vehicle. D. Traffic emergencies are where two vehicles are about to collide. Vehicle emergencies occur when critical components of a car fail. The correct answer is here. D. Traffic emergencies are where two vehicles are about to collide. Vehicle emergencies occur when critical components of a car fail. Explanation. A traffic emergency is where two or more vehicles are about to collide. Conversely, vehicle emergencies occur when critical parts of a car, that is brakes or tires, fail. Question number 171. Which of these statements about a spare tire is false? A. It must be properly inflated. B. It must be the correct size. C. It must be in good condition. D. It must come from the same manufacturer as the truck's tires. The correct answer is here. D. It must come from the same manufacturer as the truck's tires. Explanation. A spare tire must be the right size, in good condition, and at the right pressure. It does not need to come from the same manufacturer, however. Question number 172. If you must stop your vehicle beyond a curve that hides your vehicle from other drivers within 500 feet, place your warning devices. A. 10 feet behind and up to 100 feet behind your vehicle. B. 100 feet in front of, 10 feet behind, and 100 feet behind your vehicle. C. 10 feet behind and up to 500 feet behind your vehicle. The correct answer is here. C. 10 feet behind and up to 500 feet behind your vehicle. Explanation. This is required by Federal Regulation 49 CFR 392.22. This regulation also specifies where to place warning devices on other types of roadways such as undivided two-way roads and hills. Question number 173. Your truck's stopping distance will be shortest when it is A. 2/3 empty. B. Fully loaded. C. 2/3 full. D. Empty. The correct answer here. B. Fully loaded. Explanation. It may not be obvious, but the stopping distance will be shortest when the truck is fully loaded. This is because everything about the truck was designed to work best with a full load. When you drive an empty or partially filled truck, be aware that your stopping distances may be longer. Question number 174. Where should your ignition key be during your pre-trip inspection? A. On the dashboard. B. In the ignition. C. Pocket on the door. D. In your pocket. The correct answer here. D. In your pocket. Explanation. Make sure the parking brake is set, turn off the engine, and take the key with you when you are not in the cab during your vehicle inspection. Question number 175. When should you review the post-trip inspection report from the previous driver? A. You should review it once a week. B. It doesn't have to be reviewed. C. You should review it during your pre-trip inspection. The correct answer here. C. You should review it during your pre-trip inspection. Explanation. Before performing the pre-trip inspection on your vehicle, review the previous driver's post-trip inspection report. Check whether all problems discovered by the last driver have been repaired. Question number 176. The Commercial Driver's Handbook suggests several things to do when you pass a vehicle. Which of these is not one of them? A. At night, flash your lights from low to high beam and back while you pass the vehicle. B. Assume the other driver does not see you. C. Constantly blow your horn while passing the vehicle. The correct answer is here. C. Constantly blow your horn while passing the vehicle. Explanation. Allow for the possibility that the driver of the vehicle that you wish to pass doesn't know you're there. Make your presence known to the driver. In daytime, tap your horn very lightly. At night, briefly flash your headlights. However, sound a sharp blast on your horn only as a warning to others of danger.